Okay, so you're still watching the AM show. We just talked about how difficult and challenging it is for media organizations to go through this phase of power crisis. Every station has a generator, so we're buying diesel or petrol and it's so expensive. For homes, people are on generators as well. People are using inverters, people are using solar, but how many of us really can afford all these? So we're talking alternative source of power for all of us. We're trying to find answers. It's good that we talk about the problems, the challenges, but how can we all help? So today our focus is on biogas. Really, I've got two experts who will tell us what it's about and how easy it is for us to lay our hands on it. So I've got Daniel Osei-Bonsu here with me. He's the CEO of Impact Environmental Limited. And Tony Annan. All right, he's a marketing executive also coming from the same company. I'd like to say good morning and thank you for your time.
Thank you. Good morning.
So maybe, Mr. Osei-Bonsu, so you can start. What is biogas? For us to understand in very simple terms.
Yeah, biogas is a word given to a natural form of gas that comes from the decomposition of biodegradable waste.
Okay.
So generally people talk about biogas, but there is an active gas in the biogas, which is methane, which is really the energy component of what we call the biogas. So sometimes in the biogas, it's the methane component that determine how much energy you can get from the biogas, which means if you have 60% methane in a biogas, that means a biological gas, then as opposed to biogas which has 40% of methane. So basically it's methane that is the action point, and then we have other impurities like carbon dioxide and other gases. Okay. So these are naturally occurring gases, or they are generated from the decomposition of biodegradable substances.
So I can say from waste.
Great. So waste, then you go to biodegradable waste.
Okay. So I've got a feature. I guess it would get us all thinking and have a clearer picture. I just want us to watch this. We'll come back for a lot more explanation.
In a matter of 3 days, this cow dung will become your source of energy, providing fire for cooking and lighten your home. This is useful as Ghana is struggling with short supply of electricity and poor sanitation. It is Sunday afternoon. Nanado Donko prepares to step out for waste material. He uses the material he gathers to generate biogas for cooking and electricity. A mechanical engineer from the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, Nanado makes a living generating biogas for others. He has several suppliers in the capital, Accra. He has come to the home of one of his suppliers.
Good afternoon. I'm after Musa.
He is not around.
I was here in the morning and requested for cow dung.
Is he aware?
Yes. He asked Yusuf to help out.
Yusuf is the son of the supplier. He will help Nanado gather some cow dung for a token. Nanado endures unpleasant smell always, working with waste material, but he believes this is effective recycling. Vegetables are also useful, but there is an advantage with cow dung.
The cow dung is faster than the spoiled vegetables. That's why you have to ferment it for about 2 weeks. 2 weeks before you start using them. Cow dungs, they are not difficult to get them, but I go to my suppliers, they give it to me, and I give them something, yes. Because they are going to throw it away anyway. And you know cow dung too, if you leave on the open for a while, it will emit methane gas, and that is harmful to the environment.
Back at home, Nanado begins the process with water.
After putting bit by bit, very, very heavy.
For him, protection is key, not only for the stench. He uses other chemicals too.
Very heavy.
Though the process requires a bit of effort, it is worth it. The added advantage is that a user can prepare the mixture easily.
Have to stir for some time. You're seeing the bubbles and the foam. You have to check the acid level, texture of the liquid. It has to be semi-solid. I've added the inoculator. It's to speed up the reaction.
Nanado is finished with the mixture. He fits the gas holder into the digester containing the liquid.
This one, when it started generating the gas, you will not experience the stench again. This one is 200 grams, and it will last for 1.5 to 2 hours per day. Continuous cooking. Yes.
Among the clients of Nanado is the Accra Academy Senior High School. The school has a 35,000 CD commercial biogas facility which runs on human waste. The school wants to use the biogas for cooking. Nanado is here to ensure the 100 cubic meter system is useful.
Testing the presence of methane in the system. Then from here, I have to connect the pipe from here to the kitchen. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
He needs about 3 pumps, pipes, and hose to transfer the gas over 20 meters to the kitchen. Meals are prepared here for about 1,000 students and staff every day.
So this is the place you...
Evelyn Nkrumah
Yes.
is the senior domestic bursar of the school.
I'm asking the fire flame and then the gas.
No, it will not affect it. Not at all.
Okay, that's the problem.
So maybe you can even convert this one to
gas.
the biogas.
So that we can use the district.
The firewood.
Yeah, that would be better. We prefer that one.
You prefer that one,
the gas.
converting the firewood to the biogas. They are using the local stove, they are using firewood. So it will be appropriate to place the stoves here, then the biogas balloon behind them. Then they can use the gas from the chamber to this place.
A biogas system is quite costly, and this often discourages people from getting one.
Sometimes they will come, they do the inquiries, and they will go. They'll call me later to tell me the thing is too expensive, I should do something about it for them. And sometimes I really can't do anything about it because of the materials involved.
That notwithstanding, Nanado plans to expand his enterprise.
I've planned to have a bigger facility with modern machines to manufacture my own even tanks. Yes. That plan is in the pipeline.
After 3 days, the mixture Nanado prepared failed to generate gas. Ideally, the biogas is expected to start forming 24 hours after the mixture is prepared. Nanado encountered a technical problem, which he quickly resolved.
During my routine check, I noticed there was a crack in the neck of where the valve is. I have to fix that problem. Because if you don't fix that problem, air will enter the system and it will not generate a gas. It will rather generate carbon dioxide, and that will be a problem.
Apart from the delay in the gas generation process, such a problem may bring about extra cost.
You have to change the whole system again. Not the complete system, but the accessory, the cap, the valve. You have to change it. I'm not worried about it. I know surely it will generate the gas, but it will take a little time to do that. So I'm not worried at all. I explain these things to them. Even before I start the system, I have to explain it to you. Because we are working with material. We don't control them. They control themselves. So we only have to do the right things. The standards, we follow the standards. But if it's not working, but this one is purely technical. It's not biological. Because we had a crack in the neck of the valve. That's why. So we have to refix it and wait for some time for the material to work and generate the gas.
There are, however, several success stories. One of them is a domestic system he recently fixed for a company. This is similar to what Nanado has in his home, except it generates gas from vegetable waste.
It is more beneficial as compared to the LPG because once the system is being put in place for close to 10 years, that is the lifespan. They are not going to buy gas.
If more homes, schools, and factories start using biogas, the environment will become cleaner. People will not die from preventable diseases such as cholera. It will also help increase electricity supply.
Absolutely fascinating. We've got the other version of what we've seen, and my guest would tell us more. So this that you're doing a totally different thing, you know, like an opposite. What do you use?
No, it's one line of the product. That's
okay.
One line of the product. When you make use of animal waste and
then we saw vegetable waste.
Or kitchen waste. It's all waste.
Okay.
For instance, if you are near an abattoir, you realize you would have a feedstock from there easily. The dimension we want to bring to the fore is that from the home, the use of septic tanks. Why the use of septic tanks, which is a liability and not an asset, which is the digester, where instead of building a septic tank, you build a digester, just a domestic digester, like what the gentleman was doing. People can benefit from their own waste. And
our own feces.
Yes.
Not only feces, kitchen waste, lawn grass, and anything that contains biodegradable material. So if you take your waste, probably 70 to 80% of it is biodegradable. That's the kitchen waste. So if the waste collectors should come, what would they take? They only take the plastics. But you need the biodegradable part into your digester. When you flush from your toilet also, you need to, it will take it to also the digester. So in your home or in a setting where there is waste, like a public toilet, a boarding house, hostels, anywhere you have that much waste, you realize that it is real wealth to deal with that waste. If we take it through anaerobic digestion, that's what the gentleman was trying to do. It's a very simple process. You just want to get waste and put it into a container where you don't allow air to enter. And then the waste breaks down and the gas comes out. And then the remainder, which we call the effluent, you can use it for even agricultural purposes. So it is the composting we know about in the old days. But this time you can accelerate it with bacteria, which will not need air. So all we do is to create what we call the digesters. Okay? And the amount of waste at any particular place determines how big the digester you have to build.
So maybe I can bring Ms. Annan in. So typically in your home, if you were to be running on this system, what could it do for you? We've seen that you could use it to cook, for instance.
You can also use it to power your generator. And also we have gas lamps. Yeah, you can wire the house like normal electrical panels and all that, then you can use it. You use the, you can
Is
use
this something that you're practicing?
Lamp.
You're preaching it, but are you practicing it?
It's in Ghana, probably as far back, and Kwame Nkrumah made the first biogas plant in Apollonia. So it's just awareness.
So why are we not using it? I mean, public institutions are not even, making use of it.
So the opportunity, we have on this program is to keep the awareness, and through this we could see if, looking at the base today, as you are talking about, how many people have been able to come on board by just the AM show, because that could be your story as in the social and corporate responsibility.
Now you're cornering me.
Oh no,
but
what
I'm just thinking perhaps it's expensive, or maybe people don't know about it. That's why people are not taking advantage of it.
Let me give you the apple for apple. I said if you were to build a new house, you would go for a septic tank. You know the septic tank? It might cost you probably the same amount of money that you use to do the septic tank to do the digester.
Okay.
So
once you have the digester, what happens? Do you need something else? But you need professionals to put it together for you.
That's why we are here.
That's the business we do for the last 10 years.
Okay, but once you have that put up for you, what else would you need?
Nothing. What you need is to keep flushing your toilets and your waste in there. And if you have a community of 100 and everybody is taking care of his waste, as in 80% of the waste you are generating, you are taking care of it at home, what we call the on-site treatment. You see, as Ghanaians, we were trained with the off-site treatment. That means build the septic tank, accumulate the waste, and somebody comes and take your liability away to, let's say, Lavender Hill. But that's what is not sustainable, because so many people would then have to relax and wait for the dislodging.
I am always making noise when Zoom Lion doesn't pick up my refuse.
Well, you don't know what is closer to you. You are thirsty and you have water just beside you, and you don't know that you can drink the water. You see, so you can make use of that waste if they are not picking it, and you won't even they will have to even pay you to pick it.
But now I pay them.
That's why, because you don't know.
You don't know.
The point is, if the cost of making a digester is about the same cost of making a septic tank, then where would people think?
So you're making it look all nice, Ms. Annan. There must be some side effect to this. What are the disadvantages? Maybe that's why we are all not jumping on it.
The disadvantages here is maybe you don't have space. You see, space in your locality.
It's already a built-up area.
Area.
But even then, when we come to your home and you're really serious about it, we dismantle the very place you have your septic tank and build the digester there. It's not a big thing. The digesters are like take the size of a polytank.
Okay, but maybe it would have some health implications. For instance.
No.
It's rather going to give you a good health.
Yes.
Because sanitation-wise, there will be no scent around the home.
Odor.
No odor.
Pathogenic free. And to tell you, most developed countries are far advanced with the use of this we're talking about. And they also create waste like we create waste. Where do you think their waste is going? We will show you a video later on how they fuel their vehicles and their public buses and their vans and their waste trucks with biofuel from the waste we generate. People have always asked that question, that there must be a disadvantage. No, the disadvantage is too strong a word. It's rather what you might not, if somebody is trying to look at cost and he hasn't got the money and he's not looking at it as cost benefit, then he might be calling cost as a disadvantage. Or
okay. So is it a lifetime something?
Lifetime.
Yeah,
built.
Once it's built, that's
it. Our company, Impact Environmental, when we build for you, we guarantee it for life. So it's a construction you do.
Do you have a lot more people in this business?
Yes.
Okay. We have a lot more because, you know, just like we saw the gentleman, this is
there are a couple of good guys in the business, and for us, even as a company, we are trying to transfer technology and skills to as many people as possible. Imagine the whole of Accra calling for digesters because of this show.
Yeah.
We might not be able to meet the demand.
Are the digesters built here in Ghana?
Oh yeah, they are locally built. You saw even the gentleman was using containers to do it. You know, it's just a demonstration he was doing. But we built what we call the fixed dome digesters in the ground, and we cover.
So can I ask you, why are the real estate developers not making use of biogas? Because that's so easy to do, because they build, so they can add it to the building.
They don't know yet. Well, some of them too have made use of us.
Yes, because a company called ITAR Construct, they have given us the opportunity, and we have built digesters for hundreds of houses that they have putting together. For them, so it's a business case, it's a business issue.
Okay.
For them to know and for them to do it is a business issue. Awareness, yes, Joy, AM
and you have to pay for, you know, for us to make do the awareness. We're doing our job right now.
That's not an issue at all. That's not an issue. In fact, if you create wealth together, you share the wealth together, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the guys to use the product, the public toilet operators, secondary schools. Can you imagine
the hostels,
the schools on boarding houses, the kids' toilet and their kitchen waste being used as the digesters in the digesters, giving biogas, and it's being used to be used in the kitchen. Then they reduce their LPG consumption and firewood and charcoal consumption. Roll it back to afforestation and deforestation and all that stuff. So we are really not doing something right.
Yeah. How long does it take to build it? I mean, how long does it take to fix it?
5 days, or let's say a week.
And then it's not working. In the home, yes.
In the home. The size we build in a home will take a week to finish it up. If you were trying to move into your house and you only needed that facility, we come in, we dig, we construct with bent bricks in the ground, and we cover it up, and then we connect your toilet lines to it.
And then you can connect, you know, because I'm interested in the bit where you said the lights can come on as well. Right. You can use it to power the generator.
The gas has always been related to the amount of waste you are putting. So if you are only two in a house, in a very big house,
and you are not doing a lot of the things,
exactly, you know, not even the thing alone, but you see, I see people's mind go straight to liquid waste. That's the toilet. Both the kitchen waste, food leftovers and everything are going in there. Okay, so what do you want? You want to cook your own meal. Your toilet and your kitchen waste should be able to cook your meal for the day for you.
Okay.
For you alone. So you don't put your one person's waste into the digester and expect that
you have a family meal with it.
Exactly. So what we see people getting excited with is with the power issue. If it's power, then you might have some source of waste that is constantly coming. That's why I said, why not look at public toilets? Look at institutions. Look at
a typical compound house, for instance.
That's
you can
right.
make use of it because then
That's
you have
right.
a lot more families
Beautiful.
living
That's right.
in one compound.
We have the Millennium Development Challenge goals that has been set for public toilets or open defecation. This is the way out. Compound houses that they don't have toilets in their homes, come in, do a digester, and they can have access to good sanitation, and open defecation is cut out. Cost of looking for a place for toilet is cut out. Communicable diseases also is out. Then gas is proportionate to waste. So the more waste you put, the more gas you get.
Amazing.
So that when you start to talk about electrical energy and you want to compete with the diesels and then the petrols, we are careful to say, look, this is a renewable source of energy. So it's your exposure to the feedstock that can make you compete with any other that's a fuel source. So you just don't say it gives you light, and you need to have a genset, isn't it? We have biogas gensets. If you are looking at electrical energy, you need to know the electrical needs of that particular house.
Okay.
You need to know how much waste can give that electrical need. And when we check and you need 1,000 people to give you that much gas, and you're only 5 in the house. What do we do?
Don't worry, I can call my colleagues to come in.
Turn the equation. Turn the equation, right?
Yeah.
And look at a public toilet or a secondary school that has 2,000 kids.
Sure.
Then the issue is not the waste. Rather, the issue will be, where is the money to do the setup, buy the genset, you know, because the waste abounds, you know.
I think
so
we should start. I think, you know, starting with the schools will be fantastic, and public toilets.
The government, and I believe,
it has to be public. But I will come to your company and see, you know,
you are welcome. We don't do the digesters for ourselves. We do it for more people. We've done it for big places and smaller places. And the idea is to start a documentary line or a verification line that could tell a long story.
Sure.
And more people can become aware.
Yeah.
And then business comes out of it. Because we are looking at getting more business and also setting more people up as a business because it's big.
Yeah.
It's really big.
Sure.
And if you're looking at countrywide, can you imagine who doesn't like this?
Yeah.
And it's not rocket science. In fact, if you see one now, you ask yourself the whys, you even make the W very big and say, why?
Are you involved with government, or have they, I don't know, is any institution paying attention to you, for instance?
Government, I'm sure, is developing policies to make use of this. But, you know, private sector.
But I say that, listen, even before you develop the policies, if you want to start a campaign on something, practice it. You know, then people can see the vision. But no, don't comment on it. I don't want to put you in trouble.
So
I just want to say thank you for your time.
Thank you. So we will be happy to have the follow-up to show practically the other applications of this same story.
Sure, I would love to do that.
Yeah,
really.
so that we can.
Can I ask my cameraman, how many people would want to use biogas like right now after listening to this? See all of them raising their hands. We love it. And I want to say thank you to you. Thank you so much for your time. We wish you the very best. Stay with us. It's the AM show. We don't just do the talk. I mean, we solve the problems. These are real life challenges, real life solutions to them. Stay on Roland Walker comes up in a little while.